Hey everybody, welcome to the live stream cello lesson. Today we're going to be looking at Musette from Suzuki Suzuki book number 2. So first, let's take a listen to how the song goes, okay? How the piece goes. Nice. Made a little mistake there at the end, but that's okay. Alright, so let's take a look at this piece line by line and phrase by phrase, right? This piece isn't too difficult. The only difficult thing, I should say, the only thing you should know already how to do is shift into the second position. So we're going to be still using second position, as well as we're going to be start doing extensions in second position. So once we get to that point, I'll explain a little bit more in detail. So let's take a look at this first phrase because it's gonna repeat itself a lot. So pretty straightforward. Let's play it slowly first, okay? The time signature here is a cut time, which is 2, it basically means 2/2. Instead of 4/4, it's 2/2, meaning it is half note gets the beat. There are 2 beats per measure, and the half note gets the beat. However, all the different subdivisions are the same. You just have to feel it in big beats. So with that said, I'm going to try and count in 4. So I'm still going to count 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, like that. Just to make it easier. So I'm going to count 1, 2, and then we're going to come in on 3, 4, like that, because it's a pickup measure, okay? So let's do it very slowly, and we're gonna do it until this B right here, okay? We're not gonna play this da-dee-dee at the end. All right, ready? Slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, ready, and... Let's do it until there. How did it go? Not too bad, right? So remember that we only have F sharp. So third finger on the D string, C natural, so second finger on the A string, right? Just remember that. Let's try it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and go. Yeah, there you go. Really nice. Not too bad. Let's take a look at the next line then. So the next line, remember the pickup? It's the same pickup as the beginning. So just keep in mind, and let's play until here. Matter of fact, it's gonna be the same thing as the first line. So let's just play through it once, and then I'll explain the shift at the very end, okay? So let's play through until the very last measure, until the first note of last measure here, okay? All right. Slowly. So we're gonna play the pickup. Remember the pickup is like that, okay? So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, ready, pick up. All right, now that we're here, let's quickly talk about the shift. So your bow is gonna stop, and then while your bow is stopped, you're gonna move your second finger. So your fourth finger D is here. You're gonna move your second finger where that D is. So right there, right? And then here, the E is gonna be your fourth finger. And let's just think about this C natural that comes next, right? So normally in our second position, the normal second position, our first finger is normally going to be C sharp, right? It's only half step away. But here we're going to be playing C natural, which is half step further down. Right? C natural, same as a C, open C string. So, in order to play that with our first finger, we're going to need to do an extension. So, hopefully you can see this well. When we do extension here, we're only going to be moving our first finger back like that. Try not to tilt your hand like this. Sometimes we think that we can reach back further like that. But try to simply move your finger sideways like that. So what I like to tell people is just put your hands flat like this on your cello, right? And then slide open, right? Make a V, but try to stretch as much as possible. And then while you're doing that, try and grip up into, like, curve your fingers like that. So that feeling, that's how we should be doing. So when you do that, we're not tilting our hand, we're not rotating our wrist or anything like that, right? So try to practice that. Try to get that feeling of how the extension should be. It's just a sideways motion like this. So if we do that, it'll be like this. So let's just do the very last three notes. Like that. So how you can practice is just go back and forth like, or you can even do just to feel how how far you need to stretch. You can do, go to C sharp, do D, C sharp, D, and then do D, C natural with the extension. Come back. So you can practice the extension like that. Eventually you'll get... You should feel the distance between C, D, E, whole step, another whole step like that, right? So when you just need to remember how your finger feels when it's all stretched out, and then like that. So now that we have the pickup ready, let's take a look at the next line, okay? So the pickup was D, back to D, and then we're gonna remain in that extension position because we're gonna go back to the C natural, right? So that's how you do it. Matter of fact, let's try and play until here, the open D right here. But let's try playing it all separately, both separately. Don't worry about the slurs for now. We're just gonna only focus on our left hand, the left hand second position extension, right? So remember, we're gonna be doing the, right there. We're gonna be doing this pickup. Into here. So let's try it slowly, both separately. Ignore the slurs for now. So pickup is D, E, C natural extension, and then starting here on the line, D, back to the extension, C natural open A, and then we're just gonna move back to our first position, right? Like that. Let's just do this line. So D starting up bow, extension, move back to the first position. So now let's try it in rhythm. Slowly but in rhythm. And let's try adding the bowings, right? Taki, 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 ready. Just this line, ready, go, and, shift, slur, slur. Let's try that one more time. Find your D. You can check with the open D string to see if you're in tune. So, starting this line slowly. Ready, go, and D. Extension, shift. Let's keep on going, and. Alright, so let's try from the pickup. Remember, the pickup is like that. So let's start from the little tail end of the last line, and let's just try and do all this line together, okay? So, ready, pick up, and now this line, C, really good. All right. So now that we have that, we're gonna when we practice all of it together, I'll make sure to make some notes about there. Okay. So let's keep on going. The pickup is A, B, G. So, and then when we get to this line, here is a little bit tricky, okay? So let's just start directly from this line. I'm gonna explain you how to do the shift. So let me first show you how to do it. Let's just do until there, okay? So watch how I do it first. Alright, one more time so you can really see how I'm doing it. I'm gonna do it even slower. Ready, go, and. Alright, so let's talk about a couple of things. So if you noticed, when I'm playing this B, I'm hovering my second finger over the D string, right? Because that's the string that we're gonna be playing on. And then what I'm actually doing is I'm shifting like that. But I'm doing it fast that you're not really hearing the glissando, the slide. But when you're practicing this part, try and do this. So place your second finger on the D string. Don't press it down just yet. So we're gonna just do this. And then as you start the up bow, slide from, it will be an F, like that. And then to go back, we're just gonna keep our first finger on the A string and then slide back like that. So that's how we're gonna do this. Listen to how we're gonna do it when it's repeated, okay? And then let's just go G like that. So da 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 like that. And then go back. One more time. Even slower. So that shift, try and practice it like that. That's the only way you can do the shift clean. Right now you have the slides, but eventually it'll sound like this. So you're trying to practice how much you're supposed to move your second finger, okay? So once you get that, try and practice slowly. Let's just do bow separately, everything. And try and really slowly. We're just gonna aim for that first E. Just to that E, okay? And shift. Just until there. Let's just do until there. Ready, and once again. And shift. E. Perfect. One more time. Let's just get used to that. Ready, and up bow. And shift. Nice. Alright, so now that we have that, let's just practice this part. So this part is pretty simple actually. So we're just gonna, it's an extension. Try to, and then when you play that C natural, close your hand. Because you don't need to be extended anymore. And then as you place your fourth finger down, you're kind of gonna shift your hand up like that. So like that. So as you place your fourth finger down, your first finger is also going to just shift. your entire hand is going to shift very, very slightly to accommodate for that half step motion, right? But close your hand like that. So as you place down your fourth finger, you're gonna be moving up a little bit like that. So that's the motion that you wanna do. So let's just do the E, C, D, B like that. Alright, let's just do that very first measure very slowly. Ready, go, and prepare. Alright, one more time. Excuse me. 1, 2, ready, and shift, extension, just like that. So that's the really only difficult part of this piece. So take your time, focusing on this measure specifically, and don't be so frustrated if it doesn't sound good in the beginning. It's a very tricky part. There's a lot of things going on, right? First you have to do the shift, and then the extension, and then shift back. So there's a lot of elements to this one measure, and that's why we're taking a little bit more time here, but this is how you should tackle this part. Just break it down into little sections and then try and combine it all, okay? Let's try it one more time and then we'll keep on going. So 1, 2, ready, and shift, extension, shift, keep on going. So that's the pickup into the next measure, right? Let's do this one more time, a little bit faster. 1 and 2 and ready, set, go, and yeah, there you go. So remember to practice the first measure of this line, this particular measure, a lot. Take your time. You're not gonna get it the first try. Maybe you will. Even if you do, try and practice it in a manner that you're not so tense in your hand. Try to relax as much as possible, okay? All right, let's finally take a look at the last line. Just 1 second. And the last line is fairly simple. So it goes like the beginning, and so let's do the pickup. So pickup, remember the D, E, C, D, right? Just like the beginning. Ready, pick up, D, beginning of this line, and B, D, one and two, and same thing here. Second, like that, and so the shift into the second position. Try the glissando for now, okay? Right? Let's try this one more time, this last line. Until the end, we're gonna try and work on the first ending. 1 and 2, and let's do the pick up. And shift and extension, back to D, right? And then we'll be taking the repeat, which goes back to this part. All right, so that's how I would practice this part. The shifts in the repeat right before the repeat, as well as the shift here, as well as the shift later with the that shift as well, right? So all in all, try to practice the shifts first. Everything else is fairly straightforward. It's just part of the G major scale. So those aren't too difficult. Rhythm isn't too difficult, but the shifts are a little bit tricky because we also have extensions in them as well. So take your time. It's gonna take a little bit of time for your fingers to get used to. All right, so now let's try and play the entire piece all the way through from the beginning. And I'll be making a couple of notes so you can see the reminders and see what we've talked about, okay? All right, so let's just try from the beginning. Slowly. 1, 2, and ready, go. Extension, stay extended, relax, and relax, and prepare, extension. Shift, extension, stay extended, shift. And shift, extension. Second ending. All right. How did it go? The first half isn't too difficult, right? Here. So the phrasing goes like this. And I'm just gonna circle the parts that needs practicing. So for example, this part and this part, right? Those parts are the difficult part, as well as this part. Those and that. So when I practice, if you have paper sheet music, what I do is you can circle the spots, or what I do is I try and just make an X on the side here of the sheet music, so you can kind of just immediately look at the sheet music and know where to start working, right? If it's closer to this side, I sometimes like to put it there. Usually I put it at the end. Now, I do this because I know the beginning half is fairly easy, and the circled spots are the places that I need to work on, right? So that's why I like to circle it here. Thumb under second finger. That's something that we always have to remember when we're doing extensions, right? Keep our thumb under our second finger, like that. Here, can write prepare finger on D string, right? Really, that's about it. The things that we talked about. So let's see, what else would I say? So I will probably say a couple of reminders of So I would say probably bowing relaxed. That's horrible. Sorry. Let's write that again. Bow relaxed. Loose forearm. Elbow. So that's this motion. So we're just gonna be using our forearm mostly. And you can see how my wrist also bends outwards, inwards, like that. Right? So that's something to keep in mind. Try not to use your whole arm like that. Don't lock your upper arm like this. Try to open up from your elbow using your forearm. All right, so those are a couple of notes. Let's try play all the way through once more, and then we'll play with the accompaniment, and then we'll call it a day for the lesson, okay? All right, so let's try playing it a little bit faster from the beginning. So, taka, 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 taka. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and. Extension. Relax. that went well. So just remember to practice the yellow circled spots, and that will help you at least try. At least those are the problem spots that I've noticed with a lot of my students. So take your time. It's not a race to see who can finish fastest. Everyone goes at their own speed, right? Take your time learning. If you feel comfortable the first time doing it, that's great. Try to do it more so you're even more comfortable. If it doesn't feel comfortable, try and do it more and more until it feels a little bit better. It's not gonna feel, you know, comfortable. I'm saying comfortable a lot. It's not gonna be easy, but just keep on working on it. It takes time to work on these little details, so don't get too frustrated. You're doing good, okay? So I'm gonna try something new today. Let's keep the sheet music here. I'm gonna make a couple of more notes. So for example here, I'm gonna write relax, left hand, stop, extension. So relax, left hand, same thing here, relax, left hand, and where else? I believe that's it. Alright, so let's try something new. I'm gonna keep this page up, but we're gonna play the whole thing with the accompaniment, okay? So let's see if it works. I hope it works. It should work. I have everything set up, so. Alright. So let's play with the accompaniment now at the speed, at the tempo that we should be playing, and we'll call it a day, okay? Alright, let's try it out. All right, really good. So I hope this lesson helped you out in how to practice this piece a little bit. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment and I'll try to answer it as soon as possible, okay? And if you have any suggestions on what pieces you want me to work on, you can also leave that in the comment, okay? All right. Well, that's going to be it for today. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next week. Happy practicing. Bye.